Hello and welcome to another lovely ride-along with Spotlight Indie. I'm joined by two amazing guests again. I think the same as last time, so we can see if we can beat our high scores from last time by our amazing overlord H.L. Tinsley. Welcome, Holly, and by the fantastic Frank Dorrian. Frank, lovely to have you back with us.
Cheers, mate. Good to be back.
So, as you will no doubt know, Holly and Frank are fantastic writers. I am slightly more prepared for them this time than I was last time because we have H.L. Tinsley The Hallows, which is currently a Spiffbo finalist in the competition. So we are honoured, always honoured to have H.L. Tinsley with us, but especially honoured to have a Spiffbo finalist as well.
Oh, thanks, Alex. I feel like you've really oversold me now.
Absolutely not. I have, you're a finalist, and I agreed. When I bought this on ebook, and then bought it as a physical copy because I enjoyed it so much, and then made you sign it. So I disagree. I think, yeah, I did.
Yeah, which I still find really confusing. Anytime anyone asks me to sign a book, I just immediately assume that they've got the wrong person, even though it's got my name on the front cover of the book. I'm like, who, me? Why?
As long as they're not hiding some sort of, adoption paperwork in there, you'll be all right.
I mean, even if they are, I'm that excited to sign a book. I mean, I'll sign pretty much anything people give me.
Good to know. You heard it here first, folks. And then we've got Frank Dorrian with us as well. We have the amazing Horns of the Hunter. Again, very well prepared today. Rather than me just leaning back and pulling it out of the shelves like I did last time. But yeah. So how are you both doing? It is very warm here today, so we may melt before your eyes. We may be like candles as the day goes on.
Yeah, melting. Struggling.
So Fraser isn't here, so there was a slight request for some sort of feral element, but I'm not sure if I'm the best person to bring that forward, so I might have to lean on just, some sort of heat exhaustion for us for this, to take that with us. We say feral, or do we just say, as we get this sheen of sweat as we go further on? I don't know.
I mean, if we need to inject some feralness into this, I have got I have a number of WhatsApp messages from Fraser over the past year, so I could just scroll through and give you some of the highlights.
Yeah, and Fraser says this. Maybe that's what we do.
Fraser's top 10 brilliant ideas that he's had. Yeah, we'll do that.
That's the watershed yet, though.
Yeah, I'll have to vet the comments very, very carefully.
It's fine. It's after the watershed somewhere. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So for anybody who's joining us who hasn't been on one of these before, it's just a nice chill space. We're gonna have a little bit more of a chat, and then we'll dive into doing some writing sprints. So we've got I've got a timer that I'll share, and we'll probably do 20-25 minutes a few times. Do that, have a break, have a chat, see how we're doing. And then just really have a nice chill time for it. And maybe add some Fraser's feral quotes. I was hoping I could get an F in there at the end for a quote, but I'm not sure if I've managed it.
Fraser's feral phrases.
Yes, that's it. Perfect. Well, that's it for the next one as well. We'll get him to just bank a few for us.
Yeah.
Ahead of time. And we've got Thomas J. Devons is joining us. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? It's nice to have you with us. I think you were with us last time as well, so it's nice to see you again. I mean, it's always nice to see you again anyway. So what are people going to work on today? What's your projects that you're going to devote some time to? Holly, what are you going to do for us today? Well, not for us, but for you.
For your entertainment today, I'm going to work on something different today. So I am putting Vanguard Book 3 aside for a few weeks, just because I need a bit of a break, and I have a chunk of time in July and August set aside for that. So I'm actually going analog today, so I'm actually going to write with a pencil. I am going to plan out it's actually a short story that I've got that I'm going to expand into a novella, hopefully. I don't think it's quite gotten the mileage for a full novel, but I'm basically going to be doing some plotting and planning, which I definitely won't stick to, but I am going to try and make a plan.
Yeah, it's that's all appearances, isn't it? If you pretend you know where you're going, then sometimes it just feels a bit better when you're on the way. Well, that's good. It's nice to do something different as well. I think have a break from that sort of stuff. I think you can get just sort of buzzing in your head or something, or just feels like it takes the joy out of it at a certain level. Thomas, you let us know what you're working on as well. Well, Frank, what are you going to be working on today?
Right, I'm working on the same book I was last time. It's the second draft of the follow-up to Horns of the Hunter, King of Embers. I am on the home stretch at last. It's been a long year of sitting here thinking, no, I don't like it. 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 And then rewriting the same chapter about 3-4 times and thinking, oh no, it's all right. Still don't really like it. And yeah, anyway, there we are. I've got about 4 more to write, I think, where I'm at, including the epilogue. So I'm going to be taking another chunk out of it today.
Nice, that's great. And I think a journey we can all recognize with the long tail journey of like, this is rubbish, this is, I don't like it, it's awful, and then hopefully you get to the end and think, okay, it's not as bad as that.
Yeah, it always reminds me of like that meme, you know, like the was it like the Edwardian guy? It's like reading something like, ugh.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I think we've all felt that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be again the same as I was last time, just trying to trudge through as we're using this kind of mindset, trudge through my first book of my dinosaur epic fantasy book. I think I've broken the back of the draft that I'm currently on. I've got loads of post-its there with chapters numbers. I'm on chapter 30 and I think I've got about 54 in it at the moment. So this draft I'm more than halfway through, which is nice.
Nice.
But I haven't been with it for a while, but just to prove that I was productive last month, this is my sticker diary for last month. Just to, you know, that was a good month. You can see a few shiny ones in there as well. So
nice.
Again, I know I bang on about this, but highly recommend the sticker system, guys. Like, make sure you give yourselves a sticker after today.
See, I need to slightly complain about this, Alex, because you sold me on this sticker system, and I now have a drawer full of about 5,000 stickers, but because I only write about 500 words a month, I get like 1 sticker a month. So these things are going to last me for like next 35 years.
Well, exactly. You've bought in bulk. You've stocked up. I don't see how that was a complaint. If
I
anything,
over-ordered.
Yeah. I never said to how many to order. That feels like that feels like a you problem. Or like, that means, you know, I don't know what you want me to do about that. Yes, I've slowly worked my way through. I've did a big order, and I'm only really working my way through to the end of them now. But yeah, they go out of date. It's fine. You can have loads. Always give yourself stickers.
But see, when you run out, Alex, if you're running out, you know where to get some now. I can just send you stickers.
Exactly, and you know, maybe expand the pool. You know, like you did the washing up sticker.
Yes,
you know,
that's a good idea, actually.
Sticker.
Yep, I like this plan.
Exactly. Good. Right. Well, shall we? Thomas has said he is still / forever working on the 3rd book in his Vermin series, The Roustabouts. So he's moving on to the beginning stages of a miner's revolt. That sounds great. What a great thing to be writing. That sounds very exciting. And it sounds like that's sort of the moment where things are kicking off, and I always find that's easier to start charging through. Like the setup, it's very important, but it can be a slog to write. Whereas when things are starting to snowball and escalate, that's when it's nice and easy.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we dive into a sprint? Let me see if I can add this thing. So should we do 25 minutes or 20 minutes just to ease ourselves in? What are people feeling?
Should we go for 20 minutes first, just so it's an easier intro?
Yeah, let's do that. Let me see if I can fiddle about with this. Super professionalism over here. Time is 20 minutes. Save changes. That's what I wanted. All right. So as I think I mentioned last time, I don't have the uber lovely soundtrack that's from that we've used when Fraser is hosting these, but the imagination is a powerful thing. So just I don't know, hum. Right, so let's add this to the stage. There's the virality of it. It's just I'm shoving all expectation onto the consumer here at this point. Right. Yeah, so we've got 20 minutes and we'll dive in and then we'll see how we go. So yeah, I'll click start in a second and good luck, everybody.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
There we go. Excuse me. 20 minutes. How did you both find that?
Good. Yeah, it's weird because usually I have music on, so it's quite strange to sit and just write in silence. But it enabled me to hear the dog barking at nothing in the garden, so that was positive.
Well, there goes the roundabouts. How was yours, Frank?
Good, actually. Fairly productive. Yeah, bit odd. No music on because I've got like a dog ASMR thing on downstairs, keeping the dogs like chill because they don't like all the windows being open because people walk past the house and then they get spooked. But I don't know. I can hear one of them under the bed still just whimpering, which is a bit odd.
Yes, what do you put on for them, Frank? Because I've just started using on YouTube. There's like puppy TV that I put on for the dog, but it actually seems to have the opposite effect because it's all like squirrels and birds and things. So it actually makes it worse.
I've got it's just called like dog TV or something, and it's just like dogs running on beaches and stuff with like really chill lo-fi music and like like really cheesy scenes of like people like rolling around with the dog like slow motion and stuff.
I might have to look for some new ones then, because all the ones I found are like small animals that she like wants to chase. So I'm worried for my TV safety.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that with mine either. Like Roscoe, he's got like just like insane prey drive where it's like anything small, he just goes for it. It's nuts. I've nearly broken my arm like so many times taking him out. So none of that.
Yeah. They were slightly off topic, Alex.
I was just the things we do for animals. I've given Pippin a haircut in the last couple of days, just taking it. He's got such long hair on his ears. It was covered in grass seeds all the time, and he just didn't like it. It was just getting matted and tangled. And he looks like he back when he was a puppy. So it's just really strange.
This is my everyday nightmare. We have to groom Betty probably about 4 times a day at the moment because she's not 6 months quite yet. She can't have a clip until she's actually booked in next week. So her hair is so long at the moment, and in a heat wave, taking her out, it's just horrendous. And people are quite judgy as well. Like I've had a few people being a little bit snarky about it when they walk past. I'm just like, do you know what? Like she's literally the most. She's got 2 fans, a paddling pool, a cooling mat. I'm like, she's cooler than I am at the moment.
Yeah, and you never know, do you? That like you know that she can't be groomed yet. And somebody my wife works with, then they work at like Battersea Dogs Homes. They obviously all are very keen on their animals, but he lives like in a flat, and he's got an old dog that needs to go out like because he hasn't got a garden, so he needs to take him out to go to the toilet and stuff like that. So has to go out at all times of the day, and people will give him a funny look. But anyway, that's like we look after our pets. We're all good pet people. Yeah. Thomas, how did you do as well in your sprint? Let us know. I have also got potentially some music I could run for the next one. So there's a different YouTube channel which is called Blue Turtle, which is somebody who makes like little animated like hour-long videos. I think it's just like one person, and they're sort of very sort of some chill music, and it's like almost this little journey of like a wizard that goes on different places. And they made a sort of productivity game thing, so you can just put Pomodoro sprints on it. So I think I can share that, and it should have some stream friendly music on it as well. So I think we can do that, but we'll see. I'll give it a go, and then we'll find out. Let's turn the master volume up, but we'll do that in a second. How do you find writing by hand, Holly, as well?
It's a new. I don't like writing by hand generally, just because I'm a child of the digital age, so I've forgotten how writing actually works. But I actually got a lot more done than I thought. So I challenged myself to come up with a bit of a 4-sentence synopsis, just of kind of what I want the story to be. So I've done that, and now I'm just doing a little bit of kind of world building, note taking. I have written the phrase "but why" several times after sentences.
That's a good question to ask now, rather than when you've done, I don't know, like 300,000 words, or however long. It's not going to be that long, but 20,000 words in here. But why did they make that first decision? I need to delete 15,000 words. So that's a good question.
I'm about 120,000 words deep on this draft, and I literally had a "but why" moment like about a week ago, and I'm still looking at it like, yeah, but why? Why?
Yeah,
Just
I think that's for me. That's what I do. I think quite a lot of drafts before I sort of get to the prose stage as well. Like I've got sort of broad like bullet point, like scene by scene thing, and then what I've done with this one is I've got like a 0 draft, so it's the scenes I write out, block them out, but all in all caps. And I think doing that several times, you can kind of, as you come to get to like drafting that thing where your bullet point is like they do this thing, and then you come to go, it was like, but why are they doing that thing? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I've done it because that would be cool, but that's not always enough.
Yeah. Well, the answer is always because it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that sometimes that's a good enough reason.
Yeah, rule of cool. Thomas says he's done 300 words and the dogs are suspiciously quiet. That's the other thing. You don't want to be too quiet or too loud. Okay, should we try another one for, should we say 25 minutes this time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, right, let's stop that screen, try and share a different screen. So this is either going to go like lovely or horribly wrong. We'll find out. Okay, so I'll add this to the stage. Oh, what the other thing I was going to do. Yeah, see, this is all going great because I'll try and share the volume as well from, also share system audio. So apologies to Holly and Frank because they may hear themselves in a second when the
God.
Yeah, sorry. It's all right. I'll put this up and then we can do another thing of 25 minutes. We've got the character from these is writing as well, so we've got a whole, so it's a rich tapestry of all these different writers, digital, fictional, and real, and otherwise. So right, let's do another 25 minutes and good luck.
Good luck, guys.
my mic is muted. I was just nattering away to myself there. That was...
I thought you were still writing, Alex. I thought you were just deep into it.
No, I was making sure that the music was stopping coming through from the program. But anyway, how was that for both of you? Hopefully you got a bit of the music there. I don't know if that.
I got it. Yeah, it was all good. All good.
Excellent.
Yeah, I thought it was the Skyrim soundtrack at first, though.
Yeah, it's a nice it's called Blue Turtle on YouTube stuff, and they've got like the same kind of sort of vibes as what was this on the screen there. So it's quite a nice sort of fantasy-esque thing to have on if you're doing some writing as well, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Music is all human made. It says no AI in all the stuff, which I always appreciate these days. Yeah. How was the writing for you guys? Frank, how did you find that?
Pretty good, actually, yeah. I think I've got about 300 words done, which is good for me in 25 minutes. Yeah, especially because I'm on quite a little difficult bit right now. So, yeah, all good.
Nice, excellent. And Holly, how about you?
Yeah, pretty good. I've made quite a lot of notes now, just kind of like about the world, characters, things. I've sort of started planning out some of the key plot points. I've got a question actually, which, I mean, if you want to check in with the chat first, Alex, we can come back to it, but I thought it might be an interesting one to bring to the table, and then you can all give me your wisdom.
Yeah, well, yeah, let's we've had a few messages while we were writing away. So first of all, Phil Parker has blessed us with his presence briefly, I think, as he's saying looking forward to Frank's next book, finished work. He would have joined us today, but the tennis final was more important.
Hard disagree, Phil.
Agree to disagree there, Phil, but we understand. But he says wishes us luck, which is always very nice of him.
Cheers, Phil.
Then we have Actong74 is with us. So good afternoon. Need something to move along a project I began 15 years ago. A short story they wrote in 2011 has become a series of 22 tales in number 23 on the go. Would love to complete the series by the end of the year. That sounds like an epic undertaking. And is it 23 in total? Is that going to be the end of it, or have you got any more? I mean, I don't know what the maximum is for this sort of thing. I suppose there isn't a maximum, but yeah, that would be amazing to have that all done.
Yeah.
And then Thomas has said that one of those songs sounded like a circusy rendition of "Star of the County Down." I can share the playlist with you, and you can check. I'm not sure. I don't think I've heard "Star of the County Down." Maybe either of you two. Is that just me being a Philistine, or is it, I wonder if it's
No. I think we just take Thomas's word for that.
Yeah, agreed, Tom. Agreed. And then we've got Alex French with us as well. It's a bit late, but as you got back from the Coventry Book Festival, chatting to Nick Snape, a friend of the channel as well. He was at the event we did. So lovely to have you with us, Alex, and I hope you had a good time at the book festival. I think I saw a few things on like Instagram. It looked like great fun. So I hope you weren't like too hot in the heat. I think it was out in a field or something. So hopefully, yeah, you didn't melt. Well, you clearly haven't melted that much because you're with us. Sorry, Holly, you had something to put to the room.
Yes, I bring my question to the forum. So one of the things I'm trying to work out plotting this story is how do you avoid the chosen one trope when a character has got a very specific function within your story, especially if it's like based on them being special for an inherent reason, so like by birth or DNA or ancestry or something. Like, because technically they are a chosen one, but you don't want to be the chosen one. So how do you get around that?
It's about framing, I think, isn't it? Like, I think the chosen one trope, you can either like lean into it hard and go full old school style and like make it good, or you can sort of bend it, can't you? Like, I don't know, because it's not something I've ever really done myself. But I'd imagine it's more just about like framing whatever sort of trait or feature it is that makes them that sort of chosen one trope, and how you, I'd say, how much screen time you give it, and sort of like other characters' reactions to it, if that makes sense. That's what I would have thought anyway.
Yeah, and this special element of themselves, there are the people that have this special element, and they are one of a select few people that could do this, and they're the only ones that are sort of actively doing it. And is it, as Alex has suggested, making them a klutz at everything else? could be good at that, but like really rubbish at everything else. Yeah, I guess you get a lot of that kind of thing, not without being a chosen one, but you know, that sort of nobility in a lot of fantasies like that anyway. You know, you've got like knights and they're sort of empowered beyond what a lot of people are, but purely because of their socioeconomic, you know, circumstances. So but then they're not deemed as necessarily too special beyond that. So I guess that's what you were saying there, Frank, really as well about framing, isn't it? Is there anybody else who could be that? Are they super duper amazing? I suppose it's just making sure they're not Mary Sue, really.
Yeah, like I think that's what you're saying there. Is it like something that they're just sort of given and they don't have to do anything with it, or is it something that they have the potential for and have to work towards and sort of, I don't know, flex it a bit to actually get to be the chosen one or something? Like I haven't seen too many like books with it over the last few years. Yourself, the last one I remember was Book of the Ice by Mark Lawrence, or those two trilogies he did in that world. Like that had a lot of chosen one stuff on it. That was to do with like it was like selective like tribal breeding and stuff though. Yeah, which like I think the way that he spun it, because I'm going back a few years since I've read these now, but the way that he spun it was sort of like they would be sort of selectively bred over generations, and it wasn't always the case, but people could get close but not quite, that kind of thing. So it stopped the whole Mary Sue kind of scenario.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think when I say like chosen one, I don't even know if that's necessarily what I really mean, but basically the concept is that it's a character who is being pursued because of them, you know, having something, you know, whether it's ancestry or power or birthright or whatever. So the character themselves is actually they're just like a baby, basically. They're like they can't do anything. So it's more trying to work out like how the world reacts to their existence more than like what they would do themselves. So it's trying to work out like, well, why do they want to pursue this child? Why do they want to not, you know? And I don't want it to be as simplistic as like, oh, because it's a secret son of the king, or, you know, they're secretly magic. So it's just trying to find something that's just a bit more, you know, not that there's anything wrong with the stories that do that. It's just trying to find something that's a bit more out of the box.
I mean, this isn't necessarily out of the box. It's from two very old boxes. But if they're pursuing a baby, you know, it's like, this child or that a child born on this day is going to do Y or X, Y,
like
Z.
Prophesized.
Yeah. And it's like, well, it may be that child, it may not be that child, but we're still going to kill him, like, or try and get that child, or that a child born like in this with these circumstances has, the like is either like some sort of battery is not the word I want to use when talking about babies, but you know, like could be used for this, which is furthering their means, or is anti their means, and you know, like prophecy to kill somebody who doesn't, you know, has all the power. Phil said, what if your character has chosen one qualities is actually misunderstood as being that person who possesses one quality which prevents him from being designated as such? I feel like
good point.
You'd have to use the phrase like 2 out of 3 ain't bad at some point if you're having that. That's it.
Enough.
I'd also like to just be very clear when I say that they're pursuing a baby, it's not the baby, it's the people who have the baby that are running away with it. You know, it's not like a super baby. Yeah, although that could be interesting.
Yeah, the baby's a MacGuffin at that point. Just to say that Acton 74, he's quite the pantser, but 2 or 3 might do it for those short stories. But then again, you never know. These things have a habit of expanding, and you get more ideas and everlasting, aren't they? Well, you know, good luck with those. I think I can sense the relief that you would have in having that all tied up neatly if you've been doing this since like 2011. That just blew my mind a little bit there. So I think we should do another one, don't you? I think I've got another one in me. Have you got another one in you?
I think so, but you haven't actually said like anything about how you're doing, Alex. So I feel like we need to turn the tables on you.
Yeah, I think it's going on actually. I think I could finish this chapter in another one, but I've also diverted from the plan that I'd written in all caps because the character was going to go off and have a big hullabaloo with her brother in the middle of this. But I'm also just aware of this book was originally going to be, I don't know, I was like, I should probably do like 150,000. It's like book one of a new series. That's fine. And judging by the fact that my chapters tend to be between 3,000 and 5,000 words, like if I've got 54 chapters, that's about, I don't know, 200 and whatever at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe I cut that bit out and she doesn't run off and go and have a hullabaloo with him. But then I don't know if I need to then she's not really interacting with her brother, and it's a big drive for her. She's like, being this overbearing sister for a lot of stuff. So I think she needs to engage them. So I think I'm going to write it without it and see how it feels when I sort of read it back. But this is the end of this chapter should be the kick into Act 3. So that's quite exciting. Everything's going to start going wrong from that point.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I think I need to sit down as well at some point and do what you're doing, Holly, which is like just write this stuff, like do a bit of brainstorming, because I cannot keep just writing things in all caps in this, like, the god of dreams, and this, just like this guy mercenary. I need to like give them actual names. I can't just, it'd be stealing too much from Terry Pratchett if I just had all the gods just named by what they are, but in all caps. That would probably be too much.
I don't know. I remember when I was doing the first draft for book 3 in the series, and I named the character earlier on in the book, but because I was doing like such like high pressure drafts, like non-stop, like all afternoon kind of stuff, I completely forgot what I called them, and I wouldn't let myself go back and check. So it was like square brackets, insert character name here. Like, yeah.
I think that's what I've got with this mercenary in this chapter. It's like, I know I gave him a name earlier, but actually I'm just gonna go for it. And they just a brief conversation they've got. I don't need to derail myself and go and check all these things. It's fine.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so should we dive into another one? I'll add this to the stage, but I don't think I have to put the sound on just yet. That's not sure what that's working. Right, should we do another 25 minutes? Let's put another timer on, shall we? So I'll pause that real quick. So we can stick with magic studies, or we can try those endless wanderings or Ithia's world. Those two are also stream appropriate. So if you have any preferences, we can switch, or we can keep going with this. I really don't mind.
I have no preference.
No. Cool. Okay, well, I'll keep going with what we've got, because why not? Okay, right. So should we do another 25 minutes? So good luck, everybody. And I will see you on the other side.
Cool.
Yeah,
go for it.
All right, there we go. It's another one down. Oh, let's get rid of that. Lovely. How did you do? How did everybody do?
Good. I think I love the really abrupt nature of the end of the music. There's like this little bit of music that just like it's over. That's it. You're done.
Well, the music keeps going. I have to turn off the sound, so it's the music. If I don't mute it, it will just keep going. So hopefully you heard the nice little tinkle of the timer though as well. I'm not sure if that comes through. Anyway, how did you do beyond the abrupt nature of the music stopping?
I've actually done really well. Do you know what? I think this is why these things are such a good idea, because I think I've actually solved the chosen one problem now. After that little kind of group discussion that we had, so I'm feeling quite happy with my notes. I have 9 pages of notes in total from today, so I'm quite happy with that.
That's pretty good. How did you do, Frank?
Not too well on that one. Basically, I finished up a major scene on the last sprint, and I was starting one during that sprint just then. And like I've got this image in my head of like it's like a weapon forging scene where there's like this sort of arcane smith that's like pounding iron into it, and this guy's got to like basically like give his own blood into the weapon to like wake it up, kind of thing. And I know it's sort of like metaphysical, and it's like every blow of the hammer is sort of like shaking reality as he's doing it. But then, you know, when you're typing words and it's like, yeah, the hammer was really loud. Clang. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sort of like hit a bit of a stumbling block and I had to go back and read my notes. But got quite a few done, so
Nice.
progress.
Yeah, I think I had some of that same sort of stuff of this needs to be really dramatic, and it's like, oh no, it's so scary. Just that's, I'll need to tweak that in the edit. I got slightly stuck in that this is sort of a Bronze Age setting, and then she like rips off the lid of the barrel and this thing escapes. Like, wait, do they have barrels? Like, the Bronze Age barrel's a thing? So I've left it as a barrel for now, but I might need to, I don't know, change it to something else. It can all be fixed in post. It can all be fixed in the edits. It's fine.
Yeah. Get it in round 2 or 3 or 4.
Exactly. And Alex, Tom, Axone 74 as well. Any writing that you guys are doing, let us know how you've done this one. Hopefully it's been productive. I think 9 pages of notes is very productive, and I think I have finished this chapter off, which is good. And hopefully, Frank, you've also made some progress as well.
Yeah, about 850 words. Not my best, but for 3 sprints,
good.
It's all right. Like, yeah,
it all adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's good. I feel like it was nice to have a bit of a crafty question in there as well. Alex says that he wrote one of those lines that will probably only stick out to him as anything special. I think that's I think this is what we were talking about earlier. You go through it and you think it's terrible, and then you get to the end and people are like, this is good, and you shouldn't be surprised, but we are. Thomas carefully ladled beans into 3 bowls, taking care not to actually spill the beans before he metaphorically spilled the beans. See, that's a great line. Don't know what you're talking about. See, Thomas likes it.
Seal of approval. There
Exactly.
you go. Already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned some interesting stuff. Sorry, go on, Frank.
I'll say I feel like I might need to do some more work on that chapter, but that is the last chapter of Act 2, really, or that's the first one that starts pushing into Act 3, so that's good. I feel like that's a good thing.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Thomas said he got about 250 words and spent a lot of time rummaging through poorly taken notes. I feel like we've all been there. I have
many poorly taken notes.
And sorry, Holly, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I always just find it really interesting when you like notes taking or will playing. When you just Google interesting stuff. So I've actually done a bit of Googling today around mountain rescue, and because I've got a mountain rescue team in the book, so I've learned about all sorts of different like job roles and like things people do on mountainsides and stuff. So I've learned what a belayer does, which is all to do with rope work. So that's quite exciting. So I'm probably going to go down a bit of a mountaineering rabbit hole now for the rest of the day.
Nice. That sounds good. I think that's one of the nice things about writing something different, or even not that different necessarily, but suddenly you have to research all these things and find out all these fascinating things that you just wouldn't be aware of otherwise. Like, how do you climb a mountain? Well, you just climb a mountain. You just go up, and then you realize actually there's a lot of different things to it, especially with mountain rescue. I didn't think I would Google, do Triceratops eat hay, or would they eat hay? But we'll have to figure it out. And the answer to that question is technically no, because grass didn't exist. So I have to think about whether or not, if they were at stables where grass does now exist, would they be fed hay? I don't know.
Like, if there was no grass, what did they eat?
Like, there was still sort of ferns and plants like that. So I think they ate, like other plant life and like roots and things. That's why they have like beaks just to dig through the ground and get like sort of tubery type roots and things like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's also why the Walking with Dinosaurs in the 90s filmed specifically where they did on like a volcanic field, because there wasn't any grass. So they wanted to make sure that there wasn't just, they weren't just filming, I don't know, T-Rex going across the Cotswolds. There's too much grass there. I
have a fun dinosaur story for you, Alex, if you want a quick little. So
always.
always want a dinosaur story. So my son went through a phase. I mean, he still is ridiculously knowledgeable, but he went through a phase of being completely obsessed with dinosaurs. So it's like a very ADHD autism like fixation thing. And I mean, by the age of 8, he was reading like university, college level like theses on dinosaurs and stuff. He knows pretty much everything there is. And I thought it'd be a really great idea to take him to the Natural History Museum in London. We went, we had a great time. And of course, this kid comes in really excited. And the guy that was doing the tour was basically like, just to show me this was a regular, normal kid, just like, oh, so, what dinosaurs do you like? Do you like T-Rex? Do you like Triceratops? And like within about 10 minutes, Kian had schooled this guy on every dinosaur that ever exists. This poor guy looked like he'd been hit with a truck. He was just there to have like a nice time and talk about the T-Rex and stuff. And it was just the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It was amazing.
Sounds amazing. I really imagine. I feel slightly sorry for the tour because I feel like that's just like, well, this is the section I'm doing this week. You just got like, which do you like, a big one or a small one, and then just all that knowledge.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, I think I used to do that a little bit to like my grandparents, my great grandparents. I've often been told like that I just when we used to go over there, I would just sit there and talk at them about whatever I was, probably a lot about dinosaurs, but various other bits as well. So yeah, Team Dinosaur all the way.
Yeah, it was quite funny the other day. I actually did challenge him. I said, do like A to Z dinosaur for every letter of the alphabet. You cannot say any of the ones that are well known. And he literally reeled them off in about 30 seconds. And there was a point where I was like, well, you could be just making this up. I wouldn't
exactly,
know.
Yeah. That's the thing. You both got to be knowledgeable for it to work.
Yeah.
How old is he? Holly, how old is he?
I mean, he's 21 now, but this was back when he was probably about 8, 9, 10. I mean, this fixation went on for probably a good 6-7 years, I think.
Okay. Nice.
So, but I mean, he's retained all the knowledge. Like he knows, like pretty much everything there is to know.
To get him to be my like dinosaur sensitivity reader or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get him to read a book, Alex, then I will get you the world's best sticker because that will be an achievement.
Okay, challenge accepted. All right, well, I think I feel like that's probably about right. We usually stick around for about 2 hours. We're sort of closing in on that time now, so we wouldn't have time for another sprint before 2 hours. And very aware that I'm doing okay in this room, better than I thought I would, but very aware that it is extraordinarily warm. So there may be fans elsewhere in houses that need to be sat in front of for a bit.
Very much so.
So thank you so much for joining me, both Holly and Frank, and everybody who's joined, the chat as well. It's been really lovely to have you along. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for everybody. For those of you who don't know or are not as familiar with Spotlight Indie, we like to sort of shine a light on indie creatives, and we've got a few online things like this and like panels and things. We've got a Patreon that we've got other separate secret awesome panels. They're not particularly secret, but they are awesome, and you can go and subscribe. So check us out. We've got spotlightindie.co.uk and all the usual sort of social media places. We're on there as well, shouting about what we do. So more singularly, like Frank, what can you tell people about your stuff and like where they can find you to get news on your other stuff for when you finish this one?
Yeah, I'm a grimdark fantasy writer. If you don't like, happy stories or things with happy endings, then my stuff is probably up your street. You can get me on Facebook at the minute, facebook.com/grimfrankie if you want to find out anything or ask me anything, as my website is still inexplicably sort of down and I don't have the attention span to get it fixed right now.
Yeah. And yeah, just on the grimdark aspect we did a project called Realm Raiders a little while ago, and Frank and I were on the same team. It was a lot of different writers, and it was really good fun. And I think I wrote like maybe the third chapter in this, or the first chapter, and I sort of cut these characters, and then I gave them to Frank, and I was like, all right, most of them are dead now, and then you're passing on to the next person. So it was I found that just like, oh yeah, no, we're going the dark route. That is immediately where Frank took that. It was great.
Can't help yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So if you like that sort of stuff, go check out Frank's stuff. It was also really well written, as well as just being intensely dark. Holly, where can people find the Spiffbo finalist book and all your other stuff?
So they can find my books on Amazon. So we've got the Vanguard Chronicles, which is Women of Ash and Shadow and the Hand That Casts the Bone, and book 3 is the one that I'm currently working on over the summer. The Hallows is in the current SBFBO finalists group, along with some very excellent other books that I'm definitely not at all intimidated by. There's also a couple of updates as well on the Spotlight side of things. So we have got a bigger indie weekend that is going to be happening in September. So we've currently got some forms out. We've got some community-based activities going on. So things like writing sprints like this, some fun panels. If people would like to potentially come and be on one of those panels, they can fill in the Google form, which is on our socials, and just let us know. We will try our best to get as many people in as we can. We've also got a promotional day coming up at Stage Door Studios in Shrewsbury. They're going to be opening up the doors for a day for people to come along and see what the studio can do. We're going to be there talking about what we do. So if you are in Shrewsbury, we're going to be putting the date up for that on socials as well, probably in the next week or two. And also, we are currently undergoing a website revamp. So if you do go along to spotlightindie.co.uk, as Alex has mentioned, at the moment, there is nothing there. So don't be alarmed. It is coming back. We should be back online probably by the end of this month. And it is going to be worth the wait because there's going to be lots of cool things being added. So, that's
maybe just do the socials for now. That's just the socials. That's fine. And the YouTube, we've got loads of stuff on here that you can check out. Etc. Lovely. And if you want to check out my stuff, I've got a couple of Norse books out, Norse fantasy inspired stuff. I've got Trollgrave, which is that one, and then a book called Windborn as well, which is the pictures over there. I think they're pretty good. So hopefully other people do too. But yeah, we're just here to, make some fun stories and have some fun times. So thank you so much again, Holly and Frank, for joining me, and Tom and Alex and Acton as well, and Phil. If you're still there, thank you. And if you're not, still thank you. I hope you're enjoying the tennis. And yeah, we'll have another one of these at some point. So I hope, you can make it to that as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us.
Cool. Thanks guys. Everyone.